You want to know why narcissists are so mean? I'm going to go into that in this video, and more importantly, how you can deal with why they are so mean in an effective way. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I am a narcissist negotiation expert. I've written 2 best-selling books, Negotiate Like You Matter and Breaking Free, a Step-by-Step Divorce Guide. And on this channel and in these videos, I help you with everything narcissism, how to effectively communicate with them, how to fight back against them. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do that now. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I upload brand new videos and all kinds of good stuff every day. All right, let's talk today about why narcissists are just so mean. And they're not even mean to certain people all the time. They're only mean some of the time, which is even more confusing. They're only mean when they are in certain moods, and sometimes it's even hard to predict, which makes it even more difficult for their targets. I like to call people targets rather than victims because it kind of makes it more what it really is. The narcissist actually goes after the person. They're predators, is really what it is. They pick people and they prey upon them, and they know how to manipulate them in a certain way rather than victim. Because even though you are a victim of narcissistic abuse, I kind of feel like it makes you feel like you're sort of stuck in that place, and you're not stuck in that place. So that's why I use the word target more than victim. I don't know. It's just sort of a semantics thing, a mental thing for me, because having been somebody who was a target/victim of narcissistic abuse, I just prefer to use the word target because I definitely was targeted. And even though I was a victim of it, I didn't stay a victim of it. That's sort of as an aside. Anyway, why are they so mean? First of all, you have to understand what's going on with these people. They are desperate inside. They feel a desperate sense of emptiness inside. They're basically in this survival mode all of the time. And yes, you can feel a sense of compassion for that. And as empaths, that's how they drew you in. That's why they targeted you in the first place, because you are a deeply compassionate person. In a lot of ways, your downfall was definitely mine, and it continues to be in so many ways. I still find myself fighting this need to want to help people, this need to want to save the wrong people, and finding myself as a victim sometimes of wanting to help people and being drawn in and being taken advantage of by the wrong people, because I have this bleeding heart, and I believe people when they tell me, that they're going to do better. And even when they have shown me who they are, and I don't believe them the first time, even though I should, even though they've shown me, so I'm going to tell you right now, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Don't discount what you've seen. Believe them the first time. See it, know it, feel it, hear it, understand it. Don't put it aside. You just have to understand that regardless of what they say, how heartfelt it looks, how real it seems, the tears they cry, whatever it is, if you've seen red flags, believe them. That's my PSA for the day. I'm telling you right now. But why are they so mean? Because they feel desperate. They feel empty inside. They hate themselves, basically. And that's why, they are like they are. I have a whole video on this is how narcissists contradict themselves. And they do. They're constantly contradicting themselves. They're back and forth constantly. It is very, very confusing. And so they put other people down to make themselves feel good. I mean, I call it coal level supply because it's not the best kind of supply to them. The best kind of supply to them is adulation. You know, when people are literally fawning all over them, you're so great, you're so wonderful, you're so amazing. You know, that's diamond level supply or grade A level supply or the top shelf best kind of supply that they can get from a person. But kind of like the next level down of supply that they can get, which feeds their ego, is putting people down, making people feel small, because that beefs up their ego to make people feel small. You know, they lack empathy. They don't see when they have treated people poorly. They don't feel anything about it. They don't feel any sense of remorse about it. And when you try to tell them that you've made me feel bad, you know, you've hurt my feelings, you've caused me pain, that doesn't register for them. They don't feel anything about that. It's like saying, you know, the walls are white. I think sometimes they know that other people say, oh, walls are white, and everybody has reacted, you know, sort of like so and so's mother has died. Oh, wow. You know, so like they know they're supposed to react when people say certain things. They've been taught what they're supposed to feel. So they know how they're supposed to act in certain situations. It doesn't mean that they actually do feel that. So when they act mean, when they are mean to you, most of the time, they only feel their own pain. I've often said it's sort of like people who have a toothache. You know, if you've ever had a really bad toothache, all you can feel is this massive pain in your mouth. And, you know, you can hear what other people are saying to you at that time, but it's like, I hear what you're saying, but I can't really register what you're saying because all I can feel is this pain in my mouth right now. It's like that because you're just in such pain that that's all you can think about. It's sort of like that. I think is the way I picture it. And they have this sense of entitlement, like you're supposed to revere me, you're supposed to give to me. I mean, that's all part of the disorder, right? So understand this. You know, there's a thing from Al-Anon that I've always thought was such a great way to also handle narcissists. It's given me solace when I've dealt with narcissists, and that is the 3 C's. You didn't cause it, you can't control it, and you can't cure it. The 3 C's. You didn't cause it, you can't control it, you can't cure it. So just breathe through it. I did a podcast where I interviewed one of my former SLAY clients. He went through my SLAY program successfully and did such a great job with it. It was really successful for him. His name was Christian Gottlieb, by the way. It's not his real name, but it was the name that he wanted to use for the interview. Listen to the podcast. So good. It was called Surviving Narcissism. He talked about how one of the ways that he survived was listening and reading the book by Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning, and how that really helped him survive a 25-year marriage to a narcissist. Definitely check out that podcast. So good. All right. So if you're trying to understand why narcissists are so mean, just understand it has nothing to do with you. Don't take it personally. I talk a lot about the book that I love also called The 4 Agreements. And one of the agreements that you make is never to take anything personally, because the way people treat other people is a direct reflection of the way they feel about themselves. If you are so ready to slay, put slay in the comments right now, because I know you are so ready to slay. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that now. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you are getting ready to negotiate with a narcissist or with anyone, grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet at winmynegotiation.com and join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. And if you are needing extra support and you don't have your own form of therapy and you don't have your own place to get support, I do have a partnership with BetterHelp online therapy. You can go to betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung, and you can get the help and support that you need there. I do have a sponsorship with them. They pay me a commission. It does not cost you any additional money, and we only recommend services that we trust. So don't sit out there without the help and support that you need. Get the help and support that you need. So thanks so much for stopping by. Remember that they only win if you give in. Today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm Rebecca Zung, and I will see you in the next video.